The role of father in Japan is as a person to generate money around the family. These roles often limit their time at home with their children. Japanese men work on average 46 to 47 hours a week. Men often wake and leave the house early before their child are up and arrive home late after their children have already gone to sleep. The women in Japan highly value their role in the home and do not want their husband's interference. The mother-child relationship is something that is highly valued by both mother and the society of Japan. When mothers are forced to work and are not at home with their children, a problem is created in their relationship. Women justify entering the workforce by asserting that it is their motherly duty to give their children a more economically stable life. The role of raising a child lies within the mother's shoulders, and as a result, most of the Japanese children have a tendency to be dependent on their mother. It is a common thing in Japan for the child to sleep together in the same room as their parents until 12 years old. Also, the mother will feed their child directly rather than letting them to eat. Not only that, the mother also chooses the clothes for their child. Another way of Japanese parenting is making sure that being a part of a group is more important. Parents encourage their children to join many groups, including sports teams or music groups. The child's popularity and ability to belong to many groups is a reflection on the parent. In Japan, there are many depressions, and usually the end result of these depressions is death. There are incidents that have occurred in Japan over the past few decades in which verbal or physical abuse has pushed the victim to take his or her own life. Faced with the choice of enduring ongoing persecution, bullying, or high stress encounters with others, a significant number of Japanese choose to end their own lives. Indeed, in Japan, suicide is as seen, along with bullying, one of the major social issues facing the country. And usually the main reason for this is that because they don't excel in what their parents want them to do. The main reason why all females can cook is because in the Japanese history, the role of woman is to be able to satisfy their husband's need. When the husband came home from work, he expected dinner to be ready and the wife need to be able to serve it. Now, as a result, this has become a compulsory thing and therefore a duty for the woman to actually cook. All women had a certain duties they were expected to fulfill. They were made only to serve their father, husband, and son throughout her lifetime. Woman followed this simple rule. As a young girl, she obeyed her father. Upon marriage, she obeyed her husband. When widowed, she obeyed her son. As soon as a woman married, she was assumed to bear her husband a son. If a woman became widowed again, she could never marry again.
As you know, Japanese families are really clean. So, wherever they are or wherever they go, they are going to try and be as neat and tidy as much as possible. Japan has a high rate of employment. They are ranked 11th in the world with 71.1% employment rate. This is no surprise because of how their family push their son or daughter to the limit in studies. As you know, Japanese family has dinner together. Therefore, whenever they want to talk about something important, they talk during dinner. And the way they talk to each other is a very polite way. As you know, Japanese people can get really emotional. So whatever people say to them, they can get offended straight away. These emotions can be shown through their facial expression and their traditional dresses. As you know, Japanese people has a really good manner. Therefore, whatever they do, they need to be really careful. For example, about how they take off their shoes. No matter where you go, which house you enter, you have to take off your shoes to give other people's manner, and it must be really neat and put down perfectly straight.